You always wanted to move to the United States?
Yes. It was a dream from I was a child.
I didn't know that.
Why is it these two are always having two different conversations? It's quite interesting that often she says, you didn't tell me that. And he's like, but I did. This isn't the first time this has happened.
I told you.
You never said that to me before.
I told you in the beginning.
If you would have told me that in the beginning, I would have been like, well, that's kind of a red flag. That's a little strange.
You know what, though? To be honest with you, a part of me says that even let's go with the narrative that yes, he did tell her. There's a very good chance that she probably ignored it because, well, I don't know. I just feel like she may have ignored it because there's too many times now where he keeps saying I said something and she says no, you didn't. So one of them is lying. The question is who is lying. That I guess we don't know. But hey, man, these two need to get their shiz together.
From my position, like, I'm not trying to come off as like, oh, I don't trust you, or I don't believe you, but I have to be cautious. I have to ask these questions, and I have to truly know your intentions.
You know, I do wonder though, right, if she was ever conscious, you know the word, about what his intentions are. Because to be honest with you, it felt to me as if like the whole time she'd been oblivious to what she really wanted and she was just running with the narrative. But now the narrative is here. She seems to not just be happy with it. It's a very interesting one with these two.
Because there's so much at stake. It's more than my heart. It's me, Junior's heart, Alina's heart, bringing you into our family, into our lives. So
I do find it quite fascinating how she's always ready to use her kids and all them kind of things in most conversations. At first, I was very like Amanda's side. But now I'm like, okay, I don't know why you keep running with the same narrative of this, and that. But at the same time, it's like these two are both stuck in the same conversation on a loop. So after a while, you're just like, okay, now I don't know who I'm going to side with or who I'm going to believe.
It's even more important that I know that you're really with me because you love me and you're not trying to just, I don't know, like, not be real with me.
To be honest with you, I feel like when she says to not be real with me, I feel like, to be honest with you, that's a word that that's a phrase or whatever that she should be looking at herself. Because right now, it doesn't feel like you're being real with him. Like, it's hella confusing what you want of him, which is quite interesting because, well,
I think in a relationship is trust. When you lose trust, you have nothing. And I don't think Amanda trusts me.
You know what, to be fair with you, Razvan, at first I thought maybe it could have been that. But now I just don't know. Now I feel like it's more of a factor where she's looking for anything to moan about, anything to argue about, because maybe she's just looking for a way out. It's as if she's trying to force him to leave her.
What I can do is to be me and prove to you that I want to be with you. I don't know. I know it's a hard situation for her because of the kids, but it makes me feel insecure that...
But to be fair with you, how many times have we been here where he has come out and said, I need to keep proving myself to her? Bro, how many times are you going to keep proving yourself to someone that isn't showing you the same energy back? What benefit do you have from proving yourself to Amanda? Apart from going to America. Like, really and truly, you're wasting time trying to prove yourself to this woman because, boy, she doesn't know what she wants.
I invest in someone, my feelings, and she cannot stop herself find reasons to argue.
And if that isn't a red flag to you, bruh, to be honest with you, I just don't know what to tell you because at this point, you should have walked away. I mean, listen, let's keep it 100 real quick. And when I say let's keep it 100 real quick, what I mean is you guys are still here, which obviously means I've got you hooked in. So that means you got to like the video. Come on now. And also, of course, subscribe. Otherwise, why are you still here? But like on the other conversation though, I don't know why Razvan is still here. Why he's still investing his time on Amanda, because he said it himself. Everything's a roadblock. She always wants to moan about this and that, which is quite key to what's coming up next. Let's get into it.
Oh, here's the end.
All right, pause. Okay, so you're meeting Razvan's girlfriend for the very first time. And this is how you're gonna dress. Like, yo, it's bad enough that a lot of women don't want their man to be friends with a woman. But if you're gonna pull up looking like that, come on, let's be realistic here. When I saw this, I was like, this woman is not heroic. This is not how you turn up. Now, of course, the party is a bikini, whatever, pool party. I completely get it, but the first meet, Razvan wasn't smart with this one, to be honest with you. I wouldn't be surprised if Amanda said, you know what, you can't be friends anymore. Because at the end of the day, man, girl's looking good. And it makes you wonder, it make a woman wonder, well, if you're good looking, well, I'm going to speak as if I'm a woman, because this is how women speak sometimes. Well, if my man's good looking and the friend's all right, I mean, to be fair, she's actually quite nice. I actually wouldn't mind that bikini myself. But I'm not going to say that out loud. But yeah, she's all right. Why are you two hooked up? You know what I mean? Like, yo, the friend's wild for that. She's wild for that. But yeah, we continue.
Yeah.
You love him, or you're just attached to him?
Yo, man, that's a killer question.
No, I'm in love with him. If I didn't love him and I didn't think it was worth leaving my kids at home for 3 weeks, you know.
The reason for I asking you this question was because when I look in your eyes and after I look in the Razvan eyes was like,
I won't lie to you, man. At this point here, I was like, okay, this girl's onto something here. What's going on here? What kind of profession is this? But to be honest with you, the fact that Amanda said that she's in love with him is beyond crazy, because the love doesn't seem to be shown right now. And also, even the attachment, she's not even attached to him. Let's be realistic.
I love you so much, but I want to kill you right now. This kind of eye contact, it's when it's a toxic relationship, because the toxic people do that.
It's funny how Razvan's friend is basically calling Amanda toxic without calling her toxic. And that's why Amanda kind of giggles, you know, like, yeah.
I don't think our relationship is toxic. I think we love each other very much, and like,
I mean, listen, if your relationship wasn't toxic, then tell us why you keep moaning every single second that Razvan tries to make an advance to you that is positive.
Sorry, how is it possible to love a person in 6 days?
Yeah.
It's a little bit hard for me to understand.
yeah.
To be honest with you, in this moment in time, I'll be like, well, it's not for you to understand then, is it? Realistically, that's the response. It's not for you to understand. But the friend has got a point. You've been here for 6 days. You two ain't done nothing together. So how can you tell me you love him?
It is difficult to hear Diana call my relationship with Razvan toxic. I don't know if Diana has any ulterior motives. If she like has a crush on Razvan, or I don't know.
I mean, like I said before, because she turned up dressed like that, which I understand, but that's the theme of the party, which is why Razvan should never obviously brought Amanda to this one. But again, when you're looking like that and then you're telling next girl, hey, you don't love him, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it's not looking good, is it now? You must have a history.
Maybe that's the reason she's so critical about our relationship.
I'm just a good friend, and he suffered a lot in the past, divorce and stuff like that. And after, his heart was like a prison.
Well, I mean, if he's such a good friend and his heart was like that and he suffered a lot and you care about him so much, then why aren't you with him? And when I say that as if I'm Amanda at this moment in time, because that's exactly what would be going through my mind. Honestly, to be honest with you, the friend, in my opinion, isn't helping the situation.
Yeah.
And I don't want you to play with him.
You know the smirk in her face. And I don't want you to play with him. God damn, the smirk on the face at the same time that happened is mad. But listen, I understand the friend's been a friend, but to be honest with you, the friend's overstepping. If anyone should be having this conversation, it should be a family member. Family members, I guess, have that little leeway. But a friend who's a female and is looking good, asking me all those questions at the same time, the sequence doesn't make any sense. I mean, it wouldn't make sense to me if I'm a female in that situation. And to be honest, even if I was a man in that situation, if I was a male in that situation now, and I got another male coming up to me and ask me all these things, and he's like, I don't know, ripped in it. Like, I'm like, bro, what's going on here? But then again, men wouldn't do that. I won't lie to you, man. It'd become a whole war. You know what I mean? Like, hey, yo, chill. Calm yourself down, bro. I condone no violence. But at the end of the day, man, listen, even though the questions that were asked and the comments that were made do seem to be somewhat accurate to a certain degree, it doesn't mean that it's okay. You know what I mean? There needs to be a boundary here. And Razvan's friend hasn't got that boundary. And to be honest with you, it's uncomfortable. Do you know what I mean? I would imagine how uncomfortable it could be. But at the same time, though, Amanda needs to make up her mind. What does she want to do? Does she want to be with Razvan or not? Because if she wants to be with him, well, then she needs to start showing him those signs. Because right now, the only sign that she's giving him, the signs of where she's trying to push him away. And it seems to me as if it's the signs where she's trying to get him to leave her, but she doesn't have to do it herself. All I know is right now, I still don't trust Razvan myself in particular, to be honest with you. There's still something a bit off-key about him, to be honest with you, in my humble opinion. But at the same time, right now, Amanda's definitely one that's moving more mad than he is, because right now he's trying to play his cards right. He's trying to move accordingly. You know what I mean? Fly over to the States and that. Meanwhile, she's moving bookie. Nah, she needs to fix her attitude. But to be fair, that the friend's got a very good point. Don't mess with the boy, because at the end of the day, if his feelings are generally genuine for Amanda, then Amanda's not been a very nice person now. She's messing him up, and that's not nice. But at the same time, Razvan should be taking the signs in, because if he's had a past, somebody else has ruined him and messed him up, well then, to be honest, he should be paying attention to the signs that he's seeing right now that are similar with Amanda, not ignoring them. And the fact that he's ignoring them is what makes me feel like, I do feel like a part of his agenda is definitely to get to the States, because in reality, if that was never really a part of the agenda, then why the hell would he still be with someone that's been controlling him for the get-go? They were having arguments before she even arrived anyway. And let that sink in. Hey, you guys let me know what you're thinking. We'll talk about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.